Today is a sad day in our American history. Today is the day that the president was supposed to be confirmed by the Congress. I think that's going to happen later on this evening. But I never thought that I would live to see the day that American citizens would storm the Capitol, cause violence. One of the protesters' lives was lost. She was shot. I just watched the video. Nobody knows who shot her. And because there was such a large mob there, they couldn't even get her out for treatment. Nobody cared. The very same protesters that joined this woman to storm this building didn't care enough about one of their own to move out of the way so that she could get treatment. And who started this mess? Our current sitting president. He started this mess with his rhetoric, with his anger. And Congress has to stand up and do something about this now. He has to be impeached now. He cannot stay in office any longer. He is not a leader. This is not a leader of men. This is not a leader of a nation. This is an angry puppet. It is time for him to go. Or we're going to continue to have chaos in our nation's capital. Chaos in our nation's capital. And ask yourself, if those were African Americans or Hispanics marching up that, do you even think they would have got up the stairs of the Capitol? Ask yourselves that. Ask yourselves why people are getting their hands held as they're going down the Capitol, as opposed to getting shot like we saw earlier this year in Minneapolis. This is ridiculous. This is not the America that I was born into. And this is not the America that we need to be. It is time to stand up and act right and do what's right. I've had enough. And I don't know how to properly deal with my emotions on this. I haven't felt this way since 9/11. I put this out on Facebook earlier. I just don't know what to do. So I just say these words. It might be stream of consciousness, whatever. But I'm angry. I'm upset. And more of us need to be angry and upset. We cannot tolerate this. Rule of law matters. Those of us that have wore the uniform and put ourselves in harm's way, this is not what we fought for. This is not why we wore the uniform. My brothers and sisters that are still wearing the uniform, this is not why they wear it. My wife, who still wears the uniform, this is not what she's fighting for. Not this. This is not our America. People need to call it for what it is, domestic terrorism, and it must be stopped. Every single one of those individuals need to be arrested and prosecuted. And the person that started all of this, the same. That's right. I said it. We can't start the new year this way. We have to be better than this. We have to come together. Red versus blue, throw it out the window. Let's do what's right for the nation. Let's do what is right for the nation. Put your petty garbage aside and think about what this nation means, not only to the people that live here, but around the world, because the world is watching us. My friends in Germany, Greece, England are all messaging me and asking me, what is going on in your country, Joseph? What is going on? We don't understand. Help us understand. I'm here to tell you, I don't even understand. It's got to stop. We got to be better than this. And it starts with you. And each and every one of you that take the time to watch this, you might laugh, whatever. But if you listen, think about what you can do as an individual in your small community, in your small circle, because we all work in different tribes, right? I work in the legal tribe, military defense, right? Everybody's got their own little tribe. You got a tribe of school teachers, a tribe of psychologists, a tribe of army officers. What can you do in your small little community that you work in each and every day to make things better? Because if you take that mindset, this stuff that's happening that we're watching right now in Washington, D.C., it goes away. It doesn't happen. And the other thing is, you need to have a little faith. You need to open up the good book. This book. Yeah, I said it. The Holy Bible. What do you think Jesus would think about this? What do you think he does think about this? There's nothing wrong with a little righteous anger. A great American leader once told us, Colin Powell, he said, get mad and get over it. We got to come together to make this nation what it's supposed to be. What these gentlemen up here, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, what they fought so hard in the American Revolution to make this nation. We've forgotten that. We've forgotten our history. We've forgotten what our values are. We've taken God out of the schools. We've taken the history out of schools. We have not embraced, even when we did have the Bible in schools, we didn't embrace biblical concepts, which is love your neighbor. You think God and Jesus cares about race? No. But for some odd reason, Christian demagogues want to run around and say that. That's not biblical. Some of you may not agree with my words on as it relates to my faith and how I think it should be applied, and that's fine. But what does hold true is that the pettiness and the partisanship all has to go away. We shouldn't have people's lives being lost on a day where the new president is supposed to be confirmed by Congress. And what's amazing to me is that there's a life that's been lost, and all you can see is people talking about the protesters and the political situation, when we should be doing a dead stop. A dead stop. A life was lost. We need to take some stock in that and get some perspective on what that means. Was it really worth it? Or does the individual life really matter? Does it? Everybody wants to talk about, I got my right to say this and my right to do that. That woman executed her right to protest and lost it. And people continued to protest, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody moved out of the way. Nobody said, oh my God, somebody just died right here. Somebody just bled out on the marble floors of the Capitol building. Literally, I just watched the video. A buddy of mine sent it to me. And this is my reaction to it. Honestly, I didn't know what else to do. I could have walked out on my porch and yelled, thought about it. I can't believe it. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody. There was a few words about, oh, somebody's life's lost, it's going to be investigated. That's it. Nothing. Nothing else. And the protesters keep protesting. There's people that were in there. They saw her get shot. They heard the shot go off. They saw her bleeding out on the marble floor. And did they do anything to help her? No. The police were struggling. They were yelling. They were crying. Get out of the way so we can save her. The police were trying to do the right thing. And the mob does what the mob has always done. If you study your history, they kept doing mob things. That's it. That's all I got to say. gonna say a prayer for our country, and we all need to do that. And hopefully we'll wake up tomorrow morning and taking stock of what happened today.